welcome to or back to Growth Rising. I'm Bird, and on this channel, we just talk about all things dealing with astrology. And so, we've been talking about Mercury through each sign. So, today we'll be talking about Mercury in Cancer. And so, for one, Mercury in Cancer, if you have this placement in your natal chart, you're most likely a Gemini, Cancer, or Leo sun. Most likely because Mercury and the sun are always moving together. And if you do want to find your specific Mercury placement, you can like go to Google and just type in free birth chart calculator or go to like Astro Seek, Astro Cafe. There's a lot of different websites that you can go to generate your birth chart. So if you by chance have your Mercury in Cancer, you are probably an emotionally emotional intelligent person, and you probably have a soft voice and people like listening to you. You might be a very pleasant speaker, so to say. Um and people with this placement also like honesty and vulnerability. So these people they just want for you to be honest with them. Be real. Don't try to hide yourself from them. Like, get figuratively naked with these people. And that's something they really do appreciate. And also, if you have this chart, if you have this birth placement in your chart, pay attention to where your moon is and what your moon is doing. Because it's like Mercury is basically answering to the moon because Cancer is a moon ruled sign. The only moon ruled sign. Can't say that too fast. But Cancer is the only one. So if the moon is, you know, in Capricorn, the moon is not 100% comfortable. So, your Mercury is going to be, it might have a couple of challenges just because the moon has a couple of challenges. But if your moon is in Cancer right there with your Mercury, then it'll be a lot more easy flowing with the way that, you may think or communicate or do certain things like writing, reading. You may have an easier time with that versus if your moon's in Capricorn, you may sometimes feel like you have writer's block because your Mercury is in Cancer, which is ruled by the moon. And I hope I didn't confuse anybody there. And with this placement, a Cancer Mercury, you can be a very intuitive thinker. And also your thoughts and your feelings are tied together. It's like you're not going to separate the two. It's like they're just as one. And when you make decisions, you will most likely go based off of the way that you feel instead of thinking, what's the logical explanation for this, or what's the logical decision for it. It'll be more like, okay, this makes me feel this type of way, so I'm going to choose to go with this decision rather than the other one, because it's all about how you feel. If something does not make you feel good, your decisions are not going to be going towards that. So that's one of the things with this placement. And excuse me, you are more likely to remember the way that someone or something made you feel. Like, I remember seeing this thing go around saying, a pregnant woman will remember how you make her feel during pregnancy, even if they may not always be like that, the rest of their lives. During pregnancy, they'll probably remember how you make them feel. That's like a Cancer Mercury all the time. Like, if you make me feel any type of way, you're not my person. And if you make me feel comfortable, like I have a safe space with you, then yes, me and you can vibe together. That's kind of how a Mercury and Cancer person will feel, because with them, it's all tied together. There's no separating the feelings and the thoughts. They're always together. And also, If you have Mercury in Cancer, you can probably also read people very easily. But do keep in mind, don't overstimulate yourself, because sometimes it can be a bit much to you, to the point where you'll have to get away from everyone and just focus on how you feel yourself. But yeah, so if you have your Mercury in Cancer, you can be one of those type of people who can easily read the room to kind of feel how the vibes are going to be. And I know it I know a lot of this does not sound logical, but the Mercury is in Cancer, and it's not going to be logical. It's going to be based on emotions, based on how you feel. And that's not always like, that's not necessarily a bad thing, because sometimes we need to listen to those gut feelings that we have. So if you have this placement, don't think, oh, I'm just always so emotional or something. I mean, that's not a bad thing, because you can definitely pick up on, where some if somebody is good for you or not, probably easier than others can, because you're going based on your feelings. That's not nothing. That's something that's giving you um that feeling. Oh, and also if you have this natal placement, you are possibly somebody who likes psychology, because it helps you to understand people better. And like with excuse me, with this placement, you'll have intuitive thoughts to the point where you may not even understand all of your thoughts. Like, it might be certain things that come to you and you're not quite sure, like, what's going on in that point, like in that part of your mind, but it's like it gives you kind of, let me think. Okay, you can have intuitive thoughts, but you don't quite understand it. It's as if you're seeing something, but you might have to wait to see where it takes you, or where it goes, or how it plays out, because you might not be able to explain however it is that you're feeling, or whatever it is on your mind, because it's not logical, it's more emotional. And you can also just have these a lot of thoughts based off of um the way that you feel. And also, like I said, you can probably read people, so that's why you do need a safe place to where you can go, just to make sure that you can recharge and take care of yourself, because sometimes you can get some of those intuitive thoughts that are like not necessarily your own. It's just because you're picking up on so much from other people, that it's like your brain just cannot differentiate between all of it. So if you have this placement, let me know, and let me know what you see in your life, actually. But thank you, and have a good one.